Hi everyone. I'm Jonathan's Media Shack here once again. And today, I am going to do a review, / rant, on Warcraft the movie, that came out in the year of 2016. So, anyways, enjoy. So basically what the plot for this movie is, looking to escape from his dying world, the orc shaman named Gul'dan utilizes dark magic to open a portal to the human realm of Azeroth. Supported by the fierce fighter Blackkunt, Gul'dan organizes the orc clans into a conquering army called the Horde. Uniting to protect Azeroth from these hulking invaders are Clang Lane, who is the mighty warrior, Anduin Lothar, who's played by Travis Fimmel, and the powerful wizard Medivh. As the two races collide, leaders from each side start to question if war is the only answer, and that's it. That's basically what the plot for this movie is all about. Now, what are my thoughts about this movie? Well, I've seen some parts of it, and my God, this movie was so tiresome. I'll tell you the reasons why. 1. The plot, for this movie, is not good. I thought that it had problems. Yes, I understand that they were trying their best, but unfortunately, it didn't came out that great to me. It just comes out as very confusing at times. Like, what's it trying to be? Is it trying to be an adventure film, an action film, or some fantasy film? And not to mention, it came out as very messy, and effortless. They could have at least made it a little bit interesting, but no, they wanted it to make it very boring, and confusing. That is just terrible. 2. I find the acting for this movie to be very mediocre at best. I mean, I will admit, they did try their best in this film, but the acting for this movie, I'm sorry, was very mediocre, and very apathetic. They showed a little bit, or no enthusiasm when acting in this film, and they only did this to make money. I'm sorry, but that's not how you make a good movie. And that makes a movie so dull, and uninteresting, and very mediocre at best. 3. The visual effects for this movie is really terrible. The visual effects that they've used in this movie turned out to be very ugly, and tawdry. It felt like someone had used a very terrible visual effects, and someone looked at it, and they greenlit it, and used it to make this boring-ass film, Warcraft. And not to mention, it looks really disgusting. That's how appalling the visual effects is in this film. 4. I find the action scenes for this film to be very mundane, and cliché. Nothing cool, or interesting happens, all I felt was boredom, and that was it. 5. It is based off of the Warcraft video games. And, to be honest, movies based on video games does not do so well at the box office, and this is one of them. Yes, I know, they've tried with this movie, but there's so many flaws in this film, that words can't even describe of how cliché this movie is. Forgive me for saying that, but it's just my opinion, and I have the rights to think about it. And, just to keep that in mind, I had never played the Warcraft games. 6. The characters in this movie were really dull, and uninteresting to me. And some of them even did jack shit throughout the entire goddamn film, and some of them barely did anything that was interesting. And not to mention, some of them were annoying. 7. The villain in this movie was plain, and pathetic. I didn't find him menacing, even with his cliché powers. The villain was just silly nonsense. That's all he ever was, he was just silly nonsense, and that's it. He was not even cool either, he was just painfully cliché, and just silly nonsense. 8. The music in this movie is very cheesy. 9. This movie was only made to be a cash grab, and wouldn't you know, it was a flop at the box office. Ouch, that's really bad, even for a movie. And finally, 10. I find this movie to be one of the worst movies of 2016, along with Zoolander 2, Ice Age Collision Course, Sausage Party, and Norm of the North. And, so, for my final rating for Warcraft, I'm going to give it a 1 out of 7. What a cliché film. So, anyways, that's all for today. See you guys later.